Have you ever wondered what is entailed in changing out the tires on your motorcycle? Well, get ready, because I'm not only going to show you how to change the tires, but I'm going to show you this cool new tool I got that helps you do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jeff the Ginger Bearded Biker here. On today's video, we're gonna do a tire change on the Road King, and we're gonna review this cool new tool that'll help me to change these tires. Before we begin the tire change, let's check out this cool new tool. Now, normally when I go to change a tire, I'll utilize these tools. First, over here you have a bead breaker. Basically, this has some nuts on this all thread with some blocks here that allow this clamp to open and close. I also have this. When I bought it, it was called a bead breaker. I don't know how this is considered a bead breaker. I use this as a third spoon when I'm taking the tire on and off. Now, the process is you bust the bead, then you use your tire spoons to pull the tire off the wheel. You would want 3. I have these 2 here. Plus, like I said, I use this one as normally as a spoon. And then I'll use these rim guards, which just clamp onto the edge of the rim of the wheel and protects the rim. And then you just use leverage to pull the tire over the wheel. I have another video where I changed a tire utilizing spoons. I believe it was on a Ninja 300. I'll put a link to that somewhere if y'all want to see how to do that. The other couple tools that I'll have is I'll have this, which removes the valve inside the stem. And of course I'll have the tire pressure gauge. This was my normal setup. Now I have this, the Raboconda street tire changer. Cool thing about this is it's got a built-in bead breaker, works wonderfully. And then it has a ratcheting portion that has the duck bill and duck tail. Put the tire on and take the tire off. You'll see that in a minute. I already did the front tire, so I could get a feel for how the machine works. Let's get into changing the rear tire. So here's the setup, okay? You're gonna do everything that you would normally do with changing the rear tire. First we're gonna do is remove the valve stem cap, as well as the valve inside the valve stem. So the valve sticks out to the side there. So all I'm going to do is put the valve core removal tool in there. You can already hear it. As soon as that thing comes all the way out, it's going to get real loud. It's going to take a minute. Alright, so this is the actual valve. I don't know if y'all can see it. The actual valve that comes out of the valve stem. When you take it out, make sure you put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Next, we're going to come in here. I'm going to adjust it down to where it's right above the rim, and then I'm going to just pop the bead in about 4 spots. Then I'm going to take the wheel off, flip it, and do it on the other side. Alright, now to take the tire off, we got to install this bar so that the tire doesn't spin. Next, this piece. This looks about the same as what's on a pneumatic machine with the, we call it the duck bill. So we're going to install this. I take this bar out, put it in here, and as I push down on it, that bar in there is gonna keep it from moving, and then this ratchets. gonna go in, make sure I grab the other side, do the same thing as before. There we go. All right. There's that tire. Now we're going to lube up the new tire and put it on. One thing you have to look for is this. So on every tire made, there is an arrow that points the rotation. You can't just throw a tire on and be good. You have to make sure it's mounted going in the rotation of the arrow. Then we have to lube up the tire with tire lube. You can use, they make all sorts of, like, they make liquid, they make a paste, they make what I have, which is a grease. But you have to make sure that you get the right lubricant for installation of tire. It's designed for putting a tire on. You don't want the tire slipping once it has air in there, because it's designed to not move while it's on the wheel. I worked at a shop before, had a young kid. He didn't know 100% of what he was doing. He was really good with the mechanical part, but he did not know much about changing tires. So he was using motor oil to change the tires. Do not use motor oil. Motor oil will not dry up like tire lube does. It will stay slick, and you may have the possibility of it slipping on the wheel, which could cause a wreck. In a pinch, you can use soapy water, but don't use motor oil or any other type of lubricant like that. Only use tire lubricant. All you're gonna do when you put the tire on is the first side always goes on pretty easy. There we go. Now this side, we're gonna have to use the mechanism to go on. Now what you wanna do is you want the tire underneath the duck head, but on top of the tail. So this is the tail, that's the duck head. And you also wanna make sure that on the opposite side, the tire is down in the drop center. The drop zone is just the center of the wheel, and that'll give you the clearance to be able to get the tire on. And let me see if I can't get this on before my battery. Nope. Raboconda also, with this kit, comes with 2 of these, which helps you keep the tire in place. Alright. So now we're going to see about making this work. There we go. All right. And it was that easy. If I was working with regular spoons, that would have taken me probably at least an hour longer. On their videos on YouTube that shows you how to use it, they do make it look a lot easier. However, this machine is freaking awesome. I just wish that they had a way to change tires on the solid wheel. We did a mag wheel with the Road King, and it has that bar that locks it into place. Now for spoked wheels, you don't use that bar. There's a special strap that comes with it for spoked wheels, and we'll use that on the front wheel of the Y-Glide. We're not gonna do that in this video. We got the tire mounted on the wheel. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up with airs and let the bead pop. Now, one thing you also wanna try to do when you're mounting these tires, not all manufacturers put a indicator on their tire. Metzler uses this big red dot. This is supposed to be the lightest part of the tire, and you should put this right with the valve. Now, the valve for us is all the way over here. So one thing I can do is I can try to move the tires so that this dot is as close to that valve as possible. That will help with balancing, because if you put the lightest part of the tire with what should be the heaviest part of the wheel, which is at the valve, it should balance out a lot easier. Unfortunately, the balance that I bought does not work for motorcycle wheels. And on that note, every time I've changed tires myself on my own personal bikes, I've never noticed a difference when I didn't balance them. So I don't think that balancing is as important unless you're going to be doing like racetrack. Other than that, I'm going to pull this off of here, going to pop the beads, put the valve back in the valve stem, and put the tire back on the motorcycle. All right, well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Keep the rubber side on the road, and I'll catch you all next time.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate